This is Jer Pao Lor story.
This is the untold story of Lor Ka. Mr. Lor was also known as Jer Pao Lor. He was a two-war veterans, the Laos Civil War known as Cong Lê War and the Vietnam War. Mr. Lor was born in the Lee last name. His birth father, Lee, passed away when he was very young. His mother remarried to his stepfather last name Lor. He was adopted and grew up in the Lor family. Unfortunately, his stepfather also passed away when he was a teenager. During his teenage year, a Laos civil war broke out between the Phra Tet Lao Army and the Cong Lê Army. In 1954, Mr. Lor decided to join the Phra Tet Lao Army to fight the Laos Civil War due to poverty. He was one of the many Hmong young soldiers who fought the Laos Civil War. During the Laos Civil War, Vang Pao was Mr. Lor troops commander and Vang Pao was an army captain. The Laos Civil War was eventually ceasefire and ended in 1957. He was discharged and went back to his village and returned to be a farmer. Few years after the Civil War, Laos engaged in another war. It was the Vietnam War. Vietnam War started in the early 1960s and that war broke almost every Hmong's heart, soul and spirit. Mr. Lor was among many other Hmong men and young men joined the Lao Army and fought along with United States against the North Vietnamese soldiers, the Viet Cong. Many Hmong troops were formed and fought under the CIA of the United States. Again, Vang Pao was the commander in Region 2. Vang Pao was promoted to a major general. Mr. Lor fought bravely with the US CIA Army to defend his country. After he fought bravely at the battlefield for many years, he was promoted to a rank of captain. Unfortunately, the United States withdrawn from South Vietnam and let all many Hmong people tears turn into blood. Mr. Lor, his family and many other Hmong families must escape to the jungle to avoid being captured by the Viet Cong soldiers. Many Hmong were hidden in the jungle including Mr. Lor's family. They rest and share foods with wild animals. Hidden in caves in the jungle for 5 long years. They rest during the day and move at night. By 1980, Mr. Lor and his family finally reached Thailand. Him and his family lived in the refugee camp for 7 years. Mr. Lor went through the immigration official and successfully passed all interview process and finally refuged to America. Him and his family came to the United States in 1987 and settled in Midwest of the United States, in Wisconsin. After living in Wisconsin for a couple years, him and his family moved to California in 1990 to live with his oldest son, Sai Wa Lor in Fresno, California. Mr. Lor family and Sai Wa family moved back to the Midwest in 1997. Unfortunate and sad that his oldest son, Sai Wa, passed away in 2017. Mr. Lor currently lives in Wisconsin with his 2 younger sons and the daughter-in-laws and many of his grandchildren. In 2018 his children, grandchildren, and his cousins threw a big party to celebrate his birthday. Many families, cousins, and friends came to wish his happy birthday. That was one of many happiness of his life, but it was still the saddest because his wife and his oldest son Sai Wa just passed away the year before. All the kids, the grandkids, and his relatives wish him lives for many years to come. Mr. Lor was one of the many soldiers who fought in the secret war in Laos. All Hmong Secret War veterans wish the young Hmong American recognize the veterans who fought the unforgotten Secret War in Laos. Many of the Hmong Secret War soldiers did not know what they were fighting for, until they came to America. First they thought they fought to defend their country, but now they know the fact that they fought for another country. This is the story of Jer Pao Lor.